everybody? It's your favorite tentacles, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the recently released Black Series kit Fisto. I'm anxious to take a look at this guy. It is a new mold, however, it does share the body with at least one other member of this wave, if not two, and we'll talk about that and show that as well. It does look good though, doesn't it? Like the tentacles and stuff and the head sculpt, and I'm anxious to get into it, but in order to do so, we gotta start with accessories. So he comes with a lightsaber. It's a black plastic, and we have the silver painted on and the little red button painted on. The pull is nicer than usual. We've kind of been talking about that a little bit recently, and it is nicer. And it's like ribbed at two sections here, so to speak. So I don't know if that's helping, but it's not hurting. And it's a green translucent, which looks fine. You know what I want? A white rod through the center with the green translucent around it. You could even make the white rod the bit that plugs in. But that being said, it's a decent enough lightsaber. You can plug it into his belt using the red button, but it doesn't really hold securely. That's two figures in a row, the Anakin and now this one. That's a bit upsetting. They gotta fix that. Every lightsaber should be able to go onto the belt of the corresponding figure. Every single one. And let's talk about the figure. The head sculpt and paint is really nothing short of magnificent. Beautiful. So you have the base green, right? You have this like orangish brown wash over top. Then you have the kind of greenish blue spots, like reptilian spots added on. The same orangish brown you have around the ring of the eye. Then the eye is painted with a glossy black. You have the same color applied to the lips as well. Then you have a brown that's for all of the bands on the tentacles, of which there are plenty. And it looks nice. Really, really, really good stuff. And then you have some airbrushing down here at the lower tentacles. So really, really, really good stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You have a double ball peg from the head into the neck, single from the neck into the chest, so nothing to complain about there. As a result, you can get the head down to there. Up is a little limited, mainly due to the tentacles. You can get the swivel, but because of the side tentacle, it tends to look down. Not the biggest deal in the world given what you got here. All right, then we have the body. And we have a single ball peg from the abdomen into the pelvis. You do get a swivel. You do get a little bit of a crunch over, a little bit back, but nothing crazy. You have a disc hinge at the shoulder that goes into a ball peg inside of the chest, so you can get the arm up to there. You can get a good butterfly forward and back, and you get the swivel around. You have a disc hinge for the elbow that plugs into the bicep. That's going to give you a single 90-degree hinge for the elbow as well as the swivel. And then for the wrist, it is a hinge in-out that pegs into the forearm, so you'll get a swivel and in-out. And on this side, you get in-out as well. And guess what? Holding hand for the lightsaber, posing hand for the other hand. Are they listening to me? Are they listening? Are they watching? I feel like they're watching. So far, so good. We have a little bit of paint added, obviously there, and then a wash, and I don't think anything else for the torso and arms. But the hands are done the same way as the head, and they do the wash as well, which looks nice. For the belt, we have the brown added, as well as the silver and gold, and the black here for the lightsaber holder that doesn't hold lightsaber. And then we have the whole belt piece, which has these pieces that hang down, all soft plastic, for our our ball pegs, our T-jointed ball pegs. That gets you a fairly wide, not full Van Damme, but a fairly wide, more than you'd ever need, I think, and good forward and back as well. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, ugly but effective. And then we have good wrinkles sculpted in the pants. We have the boots that are sculpted and a little bit glossy, it makes it look a little bit like leather. I'm okay with that. The shoes are sculpted nicely, and then we have a disc hinge and a peg, slight, ever so slight, barely recognizable ankle tilt up, ankle tilt down, and a rocker. And there he is from the back. Really a knockout figure. Honestly, like really, really, really well done. A huge departure from what we just talked about with that Anakin figure. But also gives you an idea of the growth, because that's an older mold, right? Size comparison wise, there he is with the Anakin. So decent enough size. I wish Anakin was a little taller, honestly, but whatever. And there he is with his mold mate Obi-Wan Kenobi. And like I said, it's a new mold, but they do share it. I did some looking around. I couldn't find any other uses of it except that episode 1 Anakin. I don't even know. I mean, episode 1 Obi-Wan, I don't even know where he is, but I had to see if the lower body's the same. Actually, I had to see if they do share it with the original Obi-Wan in general. So it is all from the episode 1 mold, as you can see. And I'm glad that I went and found him. I had him upstairs for whatever reason. And looking at them now, it's like, yeah, but it works, you know? And the decos are unique enough. They're interesting enough. The color palettes are different enough. The head sculpts are different enough where you don't recognize that you've bought 3 stormtroopers. Do you know what I mean? For lack of a better term. So good on him. I mean, that's smart stuff. And there he is in my Jedi Council diorama. Just hanging out. He's like, he's getting ready to say something. Like, hey, what was it you said about chosen? Oh, you know, just doing his thing. But yeah, just fits right in. Final thoughts wise, we'll start with the negatives, and my big issue here is the fact that the lightsaber doesn't plug into the belt. Like, just fix it. You can use most of the other parts from the other mold and make it unique and dynamic enough where it fools me as to whether or not it's a new mold. And by all means do so, it makes sense, but give me a way to plug the lightsaber in. Or when you design the new lightsaber, give it the same plug to plug in. It's just so unfortunate. Outside of that, I could nitpick about little things like the robes could use a wash and stuff like that, but I don't think it's worth doing so because it works just fine. So yeah, that's really my only issue, and they still got to do something. I think they should just include one lightsaber with the blade and one with the hilt. The Black Series is really coming down to an issue with accessories overall. Positives wise, the head sculpt and paint on the head and hands is absolutely amazing. The fact that they gave you a posing hand is very much appreciated. Makes a world of difference with this figure. The articulation works well enough across the board. Sculpt work is solid, paint work is solid. There's not a ton of paint, but where it is applied, it's applied well, sharp and clean. Just no issues whatsoever. Strong recommend from me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.